Hey guys, I hope that you are swell and jolly. I hope that you are doing your best to maintain your health, to maintain your sanity, to maintain all the people that are around you, the people who are important to you. It's still a crazy time. I know, like, we are in the phases of reopening the city, but that does not take away from what we are really here for, like the protests, honoring George Floyd, honoring Breonna Taylor, just getting justice for the African American people. As a woman, as a black woman, it is it's really hard to live in a society that hates me. And I'm not saying like me personally because I've experienced some type of racial profiling, racial, distrust or whatever on different levels. Nothing as severe as what others have gone through, but I have experienced it. So when I say me, I don't just mean me as the individual. I mean me as a whole, me as, you know, my friends who have to go out into the world and face the injustices that they face, my nephews and my cousins and my nieces who have to face these things, my aunts, my uncles, the people who I know who have had real life interactions with real life negative interactions with people based on the color of their skins and their pre-assumptions of who we are as a people. Um, it's really hard. It's really scary. It's a moment in time that, like I said previously, I never thought that I would experience, but I'm not shocked that I'm living through it now. It was bound to happen. I didn't think it would happen right now, but it is happening. It is happening, and I'm really really happy to see that a lot of things that we're speaking on, a lot of things that we're protesting for, are being addressed and are being heard, and changes are being made. I'm just hoping that it's not just a quick fix to something just to shut a people up. I saw a sign today when I was on social media that said something to the effect of, I hope you still support Black Lives Matter when it's not trending. And that really spoke to me because a lot of people are jumping on the bandwagon because it's something that's trending when they don't understand the depth and the hurt and the pain that we feel every day. It is a tragedy that George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and all the other people who have lost their lives because of racial tensions have faced, but it's not just about them. And I don't want people to lose sight of that. And I don't want people to just focus on, oh, this is about him. No, it's not just about him. I am sorry for him. I am sorry for his family. And I hurt for them just the same. But it is about black people as a people. It's the injustices that we have faced for years and years and years, and it's just finally coming to a head in a different way than it did in the past. And like I said, I hope and I'm praying that the positive outcomes that are brought upon because of this generation's fight for equality and justice is being heard. I hope that this is the last time history has to repeat itself. You know, so with that said, I want to talk about tonight's post. So I'm thinking about doing multiple posts. Excuse me. I got a hydro class. I'm thinking about doing multiple posts tonight. I probably will because there's a lot of things that I want to talk about. But right now I want to talk about. Oh, okay. So there was this thing that I saw on social media a while back, and I thought it was really really stupid, and I just let it go. But then it came back up, and I'm just like, whoa, like let's really dive into it. So the thing I saw on social media, the focus of this post is: would you choose if you had to choose, if you were put in a predicament where you had to choose between your child and your significant, who would you choose? Now, initially when I saw something to this effect, it was when COVID, first hit us and people didn't know what to do and we had a lot of questions and not a lot of answers. So the post that I saw was being asked to a woman, if your child and your man contracted COVID and they both needed a ventilator and only one was available, who would you choose the ventilator to go to? Now, the person who responded said that she would choose her man because her child gonna be all right. Initially, when I saw that, I thought that shit was foolish. I thought it was. Like, I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna hold you. I thought it was foolish. Because really, you would choose this guy over your kid. And I understand that this is probably your kid's dad, but it's a little weird. So like I said, I let it go initially. I didn't want to deal with it because I knew that my feelings would get involved, and I'm just like, you know what? I don't have time for it. I have other shit going on in my life, so I'm not gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. So I let it go until recently. I was talking to my friend. She's my best friend. And we were talking about a couple that we are both familiar with. Now, the couple in my eyes should have never been a couple, but I'm learning that not everyone operates the way that I operate, and it takes, and like I was talking to my friend tonight, I was like, yo, it takes years of experience, years of heartbreak, years of self-discovery to really know your worth and what your like and what your value is, and really accept and understand that not everybody is meant for you regardless of how you feel about them, you know. So when we're talking about this couple, the guy had mentioned that he asked the girl, his significant, if you had to choose between me and your son, now mind you, this is not his child, this is her child. Me and your son, who would you choose? And she chose her man. And she chose him. While I am very close to the couple in general, I do know that there are other fish in the sea and there are better fish in the sea for this woman. The guy I love deeply, I share a connection with him, I share a connection with her in a sense, but I would not have chosen him over my child. I would not choose anybody over my child. Now, like I said, I'm learning that not everyone thinks like me, not everyone operates like me, and not everyone is me and has the same thought process and the same experiences, what have you, what have you, what have you. And I'm learning to understand that, like, people are who they are, and you can't expect anything different, and you can't change anything about them. But I thought that was stupid. Now, you guys are familiar with me at this point. I don't have any children. More than anything, I want children. That's just where I am in life. I've had my experiences, and I've moved past them. I no longer blame myself for the situations I've gotten myself into, but it is something that I'm longing for. Like I want children. So when I'm speaking from a place of knowing what I want and knowing how I am as an individual, as the woman that I've become. I personally would not choose my man over my child. The man who I end up with is going to be the father of my children, is more than likely set up to be the love of my life. And while I will love this man, I will love this man, I will love this man, I will not choose this man over my child. Not because he did anything to me, but because my child has a real shot at being better than who we are as human beings, who we are as his role models, who we are as his or hers parents. I don't want to take that away from my child. Yes, you can have more children. Yes, you can do this, that, and the third, but there is nothing like the loss of a child. And if I had to choose, I would always choose my child. Like I said, the father of my children will be the love of my life, and we will be in this together. But I would choose my children. I would always choose my children first because they are the future. They are my future. They're everything that I had hoped for, wanted for, prayed for, and to give that up when I finally got it would be ludicrous. It sounds a little morbid. It sounds a little crazy, but that's my reality. That's my opinion on it. Now, how I feel about my future children may not be how this person feels about her children, or that person feels about their future children, but that's how I feel. I think it's a little crazy. I think it's a little foolish to choose someone over your children. Like, they are not just an extension of you, they're an extension of the person who you decided to have children with, and it is with that they have the ability to be great, to do great, to, excel and exceed in ways that you never imagined. I would never force anything on my kids, but I would encourage them. Sorry. Um, I would encourage them to be them, to, fulfill their dreams and their hopes and their needs, and just to know that as a mom, as a human being, I am their number one fan. I'm always going to be there for them. There's nothing that's ever going to change that. So like I said, to choose a man over your kids is a little bit different. I mean, to each his own. If that's who you are, baby, then do you. I support your decisions. I may not agree with them, but if that's what you felt like you need to do for you, more power to you. I'm just wondering how you guys would feel like if you, God forbid, you were ever put into that predicament. What would you do? Like, would you ever want to be put into that predicament? How would you handle it? Like, what would happen for you? Yeah. So that's my post for tonight. Have a good one, guys.